welcome back to the F.I.R.E.Wall demos. This is the registration, medical questionnaire, and Bodystat demonstration. So on the registration page, you would simply enter in your information. So I put in my surname, first name, my position. Yes, I am a hugger. Date of birth. The date of birth needs to be in the quote-unquote American format, so it needs to go month, day, year. And there are reminders throughout the program about the formatting of the date. Any gray areas you cannot enter in data, so please don't try. As you can see, they've been locked so that you can only enter in information in the yellow boxes. So you just enter in as much information as you can down here. This will serve as a rapid index for any coach so that you can know if something happens to one of your players, you just go straight to this page and it has the information in case you need it. Okay, if there's columns that needed to be added, just let me know. Any feedback is necessary and I can update the system to add any more other important information. So you do need to add in the players' names into the registration page so that the names will feed further into the program. Example of that is as we go into the medical questionnaire, which is what we're going to cover next. You'll see the name is already there in the format already. So here on the medical questionnaire, everything is already set to the worst possible setting, okay? So this also helps cover myself and cover you, that you need to make sure that you go through the medical questionnaire with your athletes before you start the program. Otherwise, basically, I told you so. So consult, PAR-Q result, consult doctor. It's just set up so that you need to lower the restrictions for your athletes. You'll just go through and it's a simple yes or no process with all these questions. So, blah, 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 yes or no, 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 all the way through. You just go through that there. You continue answering the questions as you go along. And then over here, you just continue answering the questions. So you'd add in if you take the blood pressure, you add in that information. If you know the cholesterol, you add that in. All the good stuff, The values of these often change according to whatever's going on in the medical industry. Those values do change. So you would just come to your command center and you would come here and you would enter in the most updated, most relevant values to that information. Okay, that's just a little side note. It's the only time you need to use the command center for this information. So you would enter in any new information there. So if this gets updated to, let's say 110 for whatever reason, you would just put it in there. Okay, and then that will feed into the rest of the program, as we said. So as you can see, we entered in our information for this stuff. Because I entered in my age, it asks for our men over 45. Again, that can change, but it's an automatic no. You just enter in information in the yellow boxes, and as you can see, I've gone to all clear. It still says hi here because I have not entered in this information here. So again, it's all dependent on the amount of detail that you put in. Okay, if you decide that you're not going to use this sheet, that's up to you. That's your baby, but it is here for you to use. So there's that. I'll kind of leave that there. Right, next we go into our Bodystat and mobility and stability testing. Again, the information from the registration page feeds over into this, and then here I would just start putting in my information in terms of, and this is all in centimeters. So I'm just going to say that I'm 200 centimeters tall, even though I'm not. When I sit down, so the torso measurement is basically you just sit down and you measure from the floor to the top of that athlete's head, and I am that, my torso is that tall. And then wingspan is, because it's probably actually true, that's my wingspan. My body weight is, let's just stick with easy numbers, 100. And then I would put in my measurements here. So we do the Foresight body fat measurement system. So you do need to put in your age and your gender in the previous section in order for this information to fill out. All the calculations I've done with all the different permutations, all you have to do is enter in the values that you get from there. And it already comes out with a lean mass of 93.2 kilograms and my body fat is 6.8%. So that information is done for you. All you have to do is do the measurement and it's done. Then we would enter in here active straight leg raise, the overhead squat test, shoulder mobility, and the sit and reach test. You would just enter in the results that you get from those tests. For information's sake, I have put in how to the tests. So the different tests that you would want to do. There is the body fat measurement test. So there's a link to the YouTube video that'll show you how to do that test. What other tests are there? There is the overhead squat test. There is the shoulder mobility test. There's a sit and reach test. So yeah, everything that you'd want to know on this page is covered. If you don't know how to do this already, there's a video that shows you how to do it. Okay, so those are the three main, the three kind of admin pages that you would need to cover as you start your program. And that's simple, it's it. There's room for 50 athletes, but you don't have to have 50 athletes. You can, obviously this program will work if you have just one, if you have just two, if you have just three, and so on. So now that we know how it works, I hope to see you guys in the next video when we cover the next topic. Have a good day. Bye.